Hello, everyone. My name is John Kayode Abusi, and I'm a software and product security engineer. So this time I am working on something, and I call it AWS Security Services. Now, what I'm doing here is to lay out security services within AWS landscape and the business problem they solve. And the service I want to talk about today is Amazon Cognito. Amazon Cognito is a customer identity and access management. Now, what it does within your development workflow is that it allows you to leverage existing battle-tested, AWS services that allow your customers, from your app, from sign up or signing, to leverage this particular service. So it allows developer to develop very quickly, leveraging that service embedded within their development workflow to make sure that that particular pipeline is probably fastly done. So, and it can be likened to something I call a auto in auto in a Okta, environment. Now, like I said, Cognito allows your developer to build web and mobile application leveraging on this CIAM. And it can federate with other identity. It can allow your app to generate temporary credentials that grant the user specific AWS resources access. Whether the users are anonymous or they are signing, the auto can allow you to do that. Cognito can allow you to do that. So Cognito solve classic engineering problem. Should we build user authentication from scratch or buy or leverage a service? What Cognito is saying is that you don't need to buy, but you can leverage an existing one within AWS ecosystem, especially if you're an AWS shop. This is very good for you. Building a secure and compliant identity system is notoriously difficult. Yes, that is another point why a lot of developers adopt this, and it makes development workflow easier and faster. Now, what exactly is the business problem that this particular service solve? Number one is eliminate risk of roll your own security. Storing password, secret, encryption, managing encryptions and tokens, they are all security liabilities that some development teams cannot handle. So and then the other thing is that because there are a lot of compliance and regulatory, responsibility here. So because this service is GDPR, SOC, and PCI DSS compliance, it's all good, ready to go, speed to market. You can easily, build your workflow, build your product, leveraging, forgot password workflows, multi-factor authentication workflows, even social logins can be done using Cognito. So Cognito provide right out of the box user directory, hosted UI screens, and straightforward SDK and API keys, drop-in implementations. So these are the things you can achieve with your Cognito CIAM solutions. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to move forward, build very quickly, and achieve your go-to-market timeline. Then the other thing is the identity versus access. Now, in cloud environment, you need to verify who is coming in through your gate. You need to verify what they could have access to. Like I said, this can be done by using what we call user pool and identity pool in Cognito. So now the identity pool is more or less like how you exchange your tokens for implement short-lived access, credentials, how people can anonymously access some AWS S3 bucket without keeping that access for too long. These are the things that Cognito allows you to do within your development workflow. And seamless global scale, it scales because this is implemented using Lambda functions. So it can scale up and scale down whenever your workload is rising or maybe is coming down. Thank you. So before I close this, the other thing I want to say is that as a security and product engineer, one of the major challenges when we are building out a product or we are adding a feature that requires that users do login, do sign up, is how do we build from ground up, or how do we leverage an existing one? So this particular video, I think, will help us to know that there is a particular service within AWS environment that could do this without reinventing the wheel. Thank you.